What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! It may be May, but June is on the way. Crime Reacts back at it again. Teen killer doesn't realize he's being recorded. Hey, man. Stop doing that dirt while you're out there, man. Find you something that you're passionate about, the legal way, and keep it pushing, man. All your girls gonna do is just disappoint your family, your friends. Your girl's gonna end up leaving you, and the same cycle continues. Make the smarter choices, man. You know you already should have been stopping. You told me you were gonna stop last week. You told me you were gonna stop last month. What's the excuse this time? Dr. Insanity! Check it out!
This is 19-year-old Hollis Daniels. He just got arrested and has somehow managed to sneak a gun into jail.
Yep. Alright, man. I'm gonna go ahead and have to give a gold threat badge, bro. Bro snuck a strap in jail, bro. Dude, that's gotta be a mean charge.
And this is where all hell breaks loose.
Alright, man. We gotta say anything? Gold, yellow teeth, smirking. This is a definition of a platinum menace society. This literally is a definition of America's worst nightmare, bro. Someone that just don't give a damn.
Thought he was gonna get away with it. Little did he know his heinous crime was being recorded every step of the way by hidden cameras. Now the chase was on to catch this cold-blooded teen killer.
You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew I'm going to jail for the rest of my life.
At around 1 a.m. on the 8th of October, Hollis Daniels got into an argument with his friends. Allegedly, Hollis had stolen his friend Leo's gun, and at one point even threatened him with it. As Hollis left the house that evening, Leo called the police, telling them exactly what happened.
100% up and operating.
Hollis was pulled over at around 1:30 a.m. Had the traffic stop you're about to see ended even slightly differently, Officer Floyd East Jr. might still be alive to this day.
What's going on, man? Lobster Police Department. Where were you coming from? We got a call about you causing a disturbance. Disturbance? Yeah, over at your friend's house. What's your friend's name? Leo. Leo? Okay, why is Leo calling us, telling us you're messing with him?
I don't know. What she said.
Okay. Do you have any guns or any weapons in there? Any drugs or anything like that? Step out here and talk to me, man, okay? Yeah, it is necessary, okay? Just come sit over here for me, okay?
After stepping out, Hollis tells the officers that he did get into an argument with his friends, even getting thrown onto the floor at one point. However, he's adamant that he didn't steal anything from them, especially not a gun. The cops, though, aren't so sure, and want to search his vehicle to prove him wrong.
You don't have a gun inside here. You have a gun on your person?
No, I've had it down. Yeah, I've had it down.
Do you care if we search your vehicle? Yes, sir. You don't want us to search your vehicle? Yeah, but not because I don't have a gun. I just don't know. It is necessary. Right now you're involved in
Oh, damn.
That's why I'm asking if you have a gun in your vehicle. I cannot put your vehicle before it goes. Okay, then hang on to him. I'm gonna go there and see what's going on. I'm not signing on your back over here.
Shit got me sweating and shit.
Okay.
As Hollis didn't give consent to search, the officers never ended up looking inside his vehicle. It could have been argued they had probable cause, but in this situation, the officers must have thought it was a gray area and let it slide. Sources say that it's very likely Hollis did indeed have the gun with him in the car, and that a search would have likely recovered the weapon and saved Officer Floyd's life. But instead, Hollis was given a friendly send-off and allowed to return back home.
Damn, you said I tried to kill him? Or you said that I said that?
Yeah, that's what I told the other officer. You carry on with your night, man. Get home safe, buddy. Get some new friends.
The very next evening, a call came in from a student saying that they'd heard a gunshot and saw another student holding a gun. The cops, of course, took this extremely seriously, as they were worried that he might harm himself or others on the campus. So at 5:59 p.m., Officer Floyd East Jr. conducted a welfare check with his partner.
Texas Tech Police Department, we're keying in.
Texas Tech.
Inside, Hollis was nowhere to be seen, but the officers did manage to wake up his roommate, whom they were able to question about Hollis's whereabouts.
Hey, what's up, man? What's your name?
Andy.
Andy? Is that who we're looking for?
No, we're looking for Hollis.
I just woke up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What do you know about your partner that lives in this room down here?
Hollis Daniels?
Hollis? I don't know a whole lot about him. Really. I don't know. I haven't really hung out with these guys a whole lot.
Okay.
Despite the lack of information, though, it wouldn't take long for the cops to find something extremely unnerving that confirms their suspicions.
There's a gun right here. Revolver.
CO2.
Unfortunately for the cops, this isn't the weapon that they're looking for. It's actually just a CO2 gun, and the cops eventually end up coming dry on any real firearms or evidence that one has been discharged here. However, they don't stop on their search, and they instead happen on something that worries them even more.
Probably is some drugs and paraphernalia in there, but we can't tell from plain view, so we'll just go ahead and seize all that. And I don't know what those pills are, but there's another in there. And
Stop popping them pills, man.
Box, it looks like there's a little
Stay
bag
above
with
the
some
influence.
marijuana, maybe.
The cops found small amounts of marijuana and a larger quantity of X concealed in a bottle that was supposed to be for antibiotics. According to his friends, Hollis had recently developed an addiction for X and was illegally obtaining it alongside smoking weed to supposedly treat his anxiety. If that was indeed the case, imagine how nervous...
See, bro, it's like people, man, be making other dudes that be actually on the tree and then be doing it responsibly, making them look bad, bro. Because there's actually people that have anxiety, bro. But, bro, don't sit up there and just throw tree in there. But, bro, you really was addicted to the pills, dude. Like, come on, man. Talking about, oh, man, I need to take some Xanax, bro, and some weed in it. This is gonna help my anxiety, bro. Like, bro.
He must have felt when he returned
That's
home
enough for
at
others, man, that are
6:29
responsible.
p.m. to see 4 police officers searching his dorm.
Hang on, what's your name, bud?
Come here, buddy. What's up? What's your name? Andres. No, it's not. What?
He said
We've
something,
already
no, it's
talked to your
not.
other 3 roommates. We know what they look like.
Yeah.
That was a good try, though.
He said that was a good try, though.
Stand up for me real quick. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
This is the first of 2 searches that will be conducted on Hollis, marking the most pivotal points in this case. From this point onwards, he's never let out of the officer's sight, and he never retrieves a gun from anywhere. It would later come to light that at this very moment, he had a loaded .45 caliber pistol concealed in his waistband. A search should
If we're being not to be like that type of person, from everything on out that happens, that's the cops' fault, bro. They should have did a better search instead of a half-ass search. Instead of assuming, oh, he's just some college university junkie. There's no way he's gonna have a strap on him, like.
confirm that, but watch what happens when they start to pat him down.
Spread your feet out a little for me. What's all in this pocket?
Money?
Money? Yeah, I can take it out.
Yeah.
Is it okay to just empty out all your pockets while we're doing this?
Do you have?
Don't move your hands.
Is that necessary?
I'm asking you a question.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Somehow, the officers don't find the gun that'll be used to shoot one of these officers in just 1 hour from now.
Wow.
But the cops are clearly
Chad, whose fault is that in this situation? The cops or Buddy?
still suspicious.
One in the chat for
He gave
cops,
a
2 for
fake
Buddy.
name and seems extremely nervous while being searched, tentatively asking to avoid searching in certain places.
So what's going on with all the stuff in your room?
I smoke pot sometimes, and I have a few pills in there, yes, sir.
All that stuff in there is yours?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have a prescription for Xanax? Because that's a lot of for one person.
While he's
Springer,
not in
what up?
cuffs, Hollis
Jack
seems
Frost, what up?
remarkably calm. So while he's relaxed, they ask him a couple questions about the weapons before they throw him in cuffs.
I have I do have a pellet gun, but it's not loaded.
Yeah, we saw that too.
CO2. Okay.
What do you use the CO2 gun for?
Honestly, I haven't even loaded down here. Back home, we used to just shoot squirrels and stuff. I thought it'd be kind of fun, but then I realized I got here, there's not many squirrels here, you know what I'm saying? Then we also got to report the gunshot.
Alright, bro. I had to actually process that. Like, bro, that ain't even normal, bro. This guy got an S-tier threat bet. You up there popping squirrels, bro, for fun? What the squirrels do to you, bro?
There was no gunshot.
Why are you harming animals like that, man? Like,
We're told by who?
Somebody that heard it.
So yeah. Oh no, yeah, I didn't know, yeah.
You said they stealing the acorns?
I was over at my buddy,
let them get their acorns,
What time
man.
did the shot go off? Because if you look up the police reports from Officer, what's his name? It was Duckworth, Officer Duckworth. We went through this whole thing.
Did he write you a ticket or
He
anything?
didn't write me a ticket. He let me go because the whole situation was they thought that I stole their gun, and so then they went and searched my car. You can look and I see you can look at his what time he pulled me over, and I bet that whatever time the gunshot was reported won't actually, because that wasn't.
When the cops checked the reports, it turned out he was telling the truth, and the body cam from last night's traffic stop backs this story up. At this point, the cops could start to connect the dots. A kid accused of stealing a gun is now being accused of shooting it at university. It could definitely be assumed that something's gone overlooked. Either way, Hollis has been found in possession of multiple illegal drugs, so the cops finally decide to arrest him.
What's the bond and stuff in there?
I don't know. We'll have to do it. It all depends on the weight and how much of the pills there are to kind of determine the.
The cops then start a second pat-down, one that Hollis remembers vividly. He says he felt the officer check just millimeters away from the weapon, but somehow never finding it. Hollis was then escorted from his dorm into a squad car, where Officer Floyd tragically missed another opportunity to stop what happened to him in just 50 minutes. As Hollis sits down in the patrol car, Officer Floyd hears a strange noise.
I'll be correct. 1-1 male. What was that big thump? Oh, my handcuffs.
That noise wasn't his handcuffs at all. It was actually the sound of his gun falling down the leg of his pants and hitting the floor. As well as lying through his teeth, he was even able
He's handcuffed. How did he get the gun if it fell down on the floor?
to reach down and fully conceal the gun back in his pants before finishing his journey to the Texas Tech PD. When they arrived, a 30-minute countdown full of tragic and negligent mistakes would begin to take place. At 12 minutes past 7, one of the officers says that if Hollis continues to cooperate, they'll remove his handcuffs.
If you cooperate with me, we'll go ahead and pull these cuffs off a little bit, okay?
And 2 minutes later, at 14 minutes past, the officers make good on their promise and take his handcuffs off. 90 seconds later,
Was it this
Hollis
part right here,
good
you
on their
think?
promise and take his
When he bent over to look like he was gonna tie his shoes, he probably put it a little bit more higher up his pant leg, and they don't even know it, dog.
handcuffs off. 90 seconds later, Hollis and Officer Floyd enter a room to run through some paperwork and are left alone. There is no footage of another search taking place before or after they entered this room together. At 7:44 p.m., Hollis asks Officer Floyd 3 questions.
You have a family at home?
Oh, this guy's sick.
Pretty old.
It's unclear why he chose to ask these questions. There was no incentive, and all it did was make him look like a complete and total psychopath. Like he wanted him to know the damage that he was about to cause and the lives that he was about to ruin. 4 seconds pass before he reaches into his sock and takes a deep breath.
Oh my
The
gosh.
shot echoed through the station,
Oh my
alerting
gosh.
officers nearby. By the time they arrived, Floyd was already dead.
Oh, man. Damn, man.
Nowhere to be seen.
One shot.
Assuming Floyd's body cam to be the only camera in the room, he grabbed it and fled, with no idea that the entire incident had been recorded on this hidden surveillance camera. Despite the suspect being gone, cops knew there could only be one suspect, and they immediately placed the campus on lockdown and began a 2-hour-long manhunt for an armed teen killer.
It's just crazy, bro. Bro, imagine, bro, your people's paying, you know what I'm saying, your college tuition or whatever, or you got a scholarship, whatever, man. You just attending this like a normal day, dog. That shit's just scary, man. All that money you spending for school, bro, and you sitting up here gotta, you know what I'm saying, worry about stuff like this. You could have a whole, imagine the situation these kids was in, you know, young adults, obviously, you know, college or whatever. They probably was worried about they test the next day, thinking that, like, life is kicking their ass when they don't even, you know what I'm saying, know what's really happening right now. A whole cop just got smoked in the damn office, processing office, bro. And they sitting there on a manhunt for the damn S-tier threat in the building.
The PD is
That
not
you're going to
secured.
college in, bro. That you're paying thousands of dollars a year for, bro. Like,
Got an officer down. He's shot in our briefing room. We don't know where the suspect went. He's about a 19-year-old white male.
somebody's brother, somebody's sister could have been here, bro.
Blue jeans, believe a light-colored T-shirt. He had mud on his jeans from the knees down.
Blue jeans and a white T-shirt.
Yeah, and he's got facial hair.
Can you relay the information one more time
Yeah.
to our sergeant so we can get all the perimeter units clear on what we're looking for?
What's his last name?
Daniel's last name, first name Hollis.
After securing the area, detailing a full and proper description of Hollis, and searching the campus for a total of 90 minutes, Hollis was eventually found and apprehended without further injury. When he was finally caught, he said cold-bloodedly that he was, quote, the one that shot their friend. He was found carrying Floyd's body cam and a loaded .45 caliber pistol. At every turn, Hollis got as lucky as he possibly could have, while Floyd...
Bro, the cold part about this, man, he gave the damn officer Floyd a whole warning too, low-key, bro. He just didn't really pick up. It was harder for him to pick up because it was so random. But, bro, asked him, man, he have a family? Does he have kids? Is his kids pretty up there in age, bro? That's just sick in the head, bro. That's sad, bro.
Got the opposite. After being caught, Hollis also told the officers that he'd done something up and illogical, implying that he had some remorse for what happened. However, a phone call to his family recorded at 11:14 that night showed that the only thing he regretted was being caught.
Whoa, that's the wrong thing. Just send him away forever, man. This dude's cooked. He has no socks. He caught with no socks and no shoes on, or he took them off.
I haven't been saying anything.
They probably took them off.
I haven't been saying anything really. But there's pretty solid proof against me, and it's the problem.
I know that, Reed. I know that you think that doesn't matter, but I'm telling you, no.
You know me, Carrie. You know me. I'm not gonna say. I supported someone who assaulted me yesterday. I said no, he didn't even assault me. You know me. I'm not gonna say anything that would jeopardize that.
Shot a whiffing.
I'm just saying I love you, and you'll get through this.
Yeah. It's
Who's ever down on the phone, they lying.
I shouldn't have done this anyway. I'm stupid.
Hollis's demeanor in this call.
Just sitting there picking at his toenails, man. This man nasty as hell, bro. He probably be eating his feet and shit, man.
Is frankly terrifying. It's almost as if he's talking to his family about the drug charge and not the first-degree murder charge. And the biggest issue on his mind seems to be being kicked out of school.
This nigga is nasty. Did he just put his... Bro, did he just put his fingers in his mouth after picking in his damn toes?
His mind seems to be being kicked out of school.
His hand moved away from his mouth.
Maybe a little more extreme. I think that they're probably going to kick me out of Texas Tech High School. And I think that they're... Huh?
After this call, he was taken by police to an interrogation room, where it seems the reality of the situation finally hits him.
Well, you guys know the whole story. What do you think is the most likely possible outcome?
Well, I don't know the whole story.
I f***ed up. Hold on. I'm just.
I know. It's.
Now realizing that Buddy was probably high off the Zans when he did all this. He's probably coming down from it right now.
Question, I got it. Okay.
Limo, what up?
Funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life, dropping out of college.
You know what? We gotta figure this out first, okay?
Yes, sir.
Rightly, Hollis isn't even trying to defend
They
him.
pretty calm. The cops in the room pretty calm as hell. They just smoked one of their damn co-workers, bro. They just...
He knows he's done something horrifying and is going to pay the price for it. But the detectives are still plagued with the question of why on earth he did what he did.
Right.
So they ask him to recount the moment where he took Floyd's life.
So I got back to my dorm. There were already police officers in there. They busted me for and marijuana, and they took me back to the station, and I just, in my head, I thought, you know, I can't have this third strike against me. This is gonna be it. You know what I mean? Not thinking logically, and so I did something very illogical, and regret it deeply, and I don't know ever how I'll ever make up for it. Okay? Does that kind of cover what you're asking?
Hollis seems to be seeking approval from the detectives. It genuinely does seem as though he feels guilty for what he did, as he's putting himself down and asking the detective if what he said is enough.
I just feel like this dude would just be fine off just being high off the damn Xans for the rest of his life, bro. He's just super content with just being on drugs and just doesn't regard of anything in life, man. These are the dangerous types, bro.
I was taken back to the police station, and something just clicked in my head, and I said, I can't do this. I can't go back like this. But then I made a worse decision to go back and do something that I thought I could. Let's see. I'm just ready to go to jail, call my parents. I really would like to call my parents because they're worried and thinking about me because I saw it on the news.
He's stuttering, repeating himself, and all he wants to do is call his parents. Hollis is starting to shut down, overwhelmed with shame, regret, and guilt. The longer this conversation goes on for, the more you have to wonder what compelled him to take that officer's life in the way that he did. And you've got to imagine his parents are thinking the very same thing.
Oh, this is Dan.
Hey, Dad, it's me, Reed.
Reed, honey, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm very safe. I'm with some very nice people right now, and I'm in trouble, and I messed up badly.
Oh, Reed.
Bro's trying to get that sympathy shit.
Reed, honey, I love you so much. I don't even. You will be there tonight around 11. I was shaking all over. I can't drive that night. I can't drive that night. But I want to come see you. I want to come see you. What happened? I mean, why would you do something like that? You don't know?
I do know it, and it doesn't make sense, and I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family. I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family again.
God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what went wrong.
Don't be sorry. It's not you. It's my fault. You did nothing wrong. I did. It's me. And I think they're gonna put me away for a little while.
Bro, this just seems like, honestly, like, from the outside looking in, his parents just spoiled him all of his life. He was never been able to told no. He got everything he wanted. Like, this seems like this is just his first time ever taking accountability for everything. Anything else minor he could have got in trouble for in the past, he probably found a way to lie himself out of it. Don't take accountability. Don't own up to nothing. Like,
and there's nothing I can do about it.
I'll talk to you.
A junkie too.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I love you, Dad. 25 to life. Plus more because there's other stuff. I mean, look. That would be the responsible thing to do, is to give me jail time, and then maybe I can go for parole.
Bro, you're not gonna tell them what you're gonna get, bro. You just smoked an officer, and you're sitting up there trying to tell them what you should be getting, bro. That's up to the damn judge and the justice system to decide, bro. Like, what are you even saying?
I'll have to go about what I'm gonna do.
All of that's up to the district attorney's office. Okay?
And of course, the district attorney office is gonna give me 25 to life.
Dude is weird.
So yeah. Okay.
He's gonna try and file for
Do
insanity,
you have
bro.
anything else you want to say?
I guess not.
But Hollis's motive for all of this, though, would be the biggest mystery of all. Some say it was influenced by his addiction. Some say that he had undiagnosed mental problems, or a combination of the two.
I think both.
At the end of the day, it's all speculation, and we can only turn to what he said in court. It doesn't make sense. I thought I was stuck. I thought it was all over. I thought this was an opportunity to go out, to commit suicide. There was no rational line of thought that I had. He also told the court that he wanted to go out with a bang, and that he asked Floyd about his family because he wanted them to be the last thing that he thought about. It seems as though Hollis panicked.
Bro, bring back the cruel, harsh punishments of like the 500 BCs, man. Like,
He
already,
was scared
please.
about the consequences of the drug charges, and was influenced by drugs, mental issues, or something else to take the absolute worst route possible.
I hate that they had to put Tree in here, like, bro, you know damn well it was the pills making you go crazy, bro.
After dodging
He
three
was a
separate
pill popper,
searches
he's a junkie.
and almost being caught multiple times, he might have even thought that this was meant to be. He turned a simple possession of narcotics charge into a first-degree murder charge, and now he's facing the death sentence. When asked why the jury should spare him, he said, "I think it's totally fair to say life for life, but then on the other hand, I think about my family, and the truth
You think about your family. You didn't think about the officer's family that you smoked in the office, bro. This guy's mentally ill, man.
is I'm biased in my own favor. I don't want to die. Not anymore." After deliberating for 3 days, a jury eventually concluded that Hollis should serve life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Honestly, man, the way he had that officer go out, bro,
Eventually,
I feel like he deserved a death penalty. Justice is still served. He's never going to be able to smell fresh air and be free ever again. But, bro, something like that, so cruel, bro. And you did that on a college campus. You probably put all those college kids through all types of trauma and stuff, being on shutdown, lockdown. They said he was on lockdown for like 2 hours. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, at the end of the day, he still ain't touching grass ever again for the rest of his life.